Hi everyone, my name is Natalie, and today I'm showing you everything that I did in Python programming with GitKraken, GitHub, Desktop, and Visual Studio Code, and GitHub. So, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you GitKraken. We're in my VM right now, and right now I'm going to click on GitKraken. So GitKraken is basically a desktop where you have all of your commits for your code in Visual Studio Code. So here in GitKraken, I like this a lot because it shows you every single commit that you've done, and it kind of shows you all of the branches. So this is my welcome branch, where I just kind of welcome everything, and then my weather branch, and then gasoline, beta test dev, and then our main branch, which is connected to everything I have here. So I'm gonna click on my main branch because this is everything, and now I'm gonna go to Visual Studio Code, and my whole entire code from everything that I've done with gasoline, weather, welcome, and beta test dev are all here. There's a lot of code here. But basically, I'm going to run it real quick and show you kind of what I did and how it works. So this is all the code I've clicked here. So now I'm going to click the run button. And in my terminal, it'll say InfoTech Center is booting, which is what I programmed with the welcome branch to tell you, like, welcome, and then we'll wait 1 second for it to load up here. And then so I have all of this code, but basically with the weather, we're kind of doing stuff with our car for like our car is going to tell us what's happening with the programming. And so basically the weather is snowy and the risk level is danger. So it's snowy roads, which means it's a danger. And because the roads are covered, it's the high slip risk. So the max safe speed is 40 miles per hour, but we're going to go down to 30 instead. And I got the alert sent to my phone, so I know that's true, okay? And I alarmed or activated my alarm. So now I'm going to go down here, and next we're going to look at our gas level. So our current gas level is 25, right? Is 25%, which is a quarter of a tank. And I set the code to where a quarter tank of gas left, I need to go get gas. So the fuel is so it gives us a warning. And then because I usually wake up at 6:56, I need 15 minutes extra time for gas. So I'm going to wake up at 6:41. That's my new alarm that it's changed to. And it gives me the list of nearby gas stations: Shell, Chevron, BP, Exxon, Mobil, Circle K, and Speedway. And it lists all the prices right over here, and then it lists if it's closed or open. And because I like snacks and I like to get Slurpees when I go to gas stations, it's going to tell me if there are Slurpees or not, no Slurpees, and it's going to tell me if there are snacks or no snacks at each gas station. And then it's going to give me the recommended gas station for the cheapest amount of gas and if it's open, but then it's going to tell me if there are Slurpees or snacks or not. And that's what I've done. I'm going to run it again and show you that every time it's going to be different because I made it programmed to randomize. So every time I run the program, it's going to be different. So let's just let it load up here real quickly. And it's snowy again, which happened, but then the fuel is at 41, which is above a half tank or quarter tank of gas. So I wake up at the normal time and I don't need to search for gas stations or adjust my alarm. And if I run it one more time, let's see if the weather changes, which it should next time. But yeah, so Visual Studio Code is really cool and I enjoy it. And let's see here. If we scroll up a little bit, my mouse doesn't like to work right now. The weather changed. Now it's cloudy, and max safe speed is 65, and we're reducing it by 5 miles per hour. So we're going 60 because of the cloudiness, and the visibility is slightly reduced. And the tank is again 6%, which is really, really low. So it lists everything, and it changed it to the new gas station with new prices, and it's really cool. So that's what I did with this. So yeah, that's how Visual Studio Code and GitKraken works here. So now I'm gonna go out of my I'm gonna go out of my VM, and I'm going to show you what it looks like on the host computer with GitHub Desktop and Visual Studio Code and how that works. And there I'm going to run a test and show you how to make a commit in GitHub Desktop because I like GitHub Desktop better than GitKraken. I think it's easier. So I'm gonna right-hand control F to get out of here. Wait 1 second. Let me exit out of these real quick. Sorry. I'm gonna right control F to get out of here, and I'm going to close it off, and I'm going to close this off, and then I'm going to go to this is GitHub desktop. So here it says no local changes, and open in Visual Studio Code. This is my Visual Studio Code. It's the same thing, right? You can see nothing has changed. Same thing. I'm going to run it again real quick just to see if it does the same thing in both, to show you that it works in both things. And I'm going to show you basically how to pull that up. Wait for this to load real quickly. And then, yeah, it all works. Stormy weather, danger, drive with extreme caution. We're going down to 25 miles per hour instead of 45. And then emergency alarm sent to phone, but our gas is at 50%, which is above a quarter tank of gas. So we wake up normally at 7:26, and we don't need to search for gas stations. So we know that that works, and it's the same thing on both the VM and the host computer. But here, fetch origin, which is basically pulling and pushing, which I'll get more into when I make a commit. But if you click here to history, we can see all of my commits that I've made. If I click on different commits, you can see everything that I've done. And then if you look here, so the red is stuff that I've deleted, and the green is stuff that I've changed or added. And then if this is highlighted, it's just stuff I've deleted over the new stuff or added back to it. And then the green stuff I've kept the same. Does that make sense? So I'm going to go to changes. There are no changes. So let's make a change in my Visual Studio Code, my code. So I'm going to hashtag test, and we're going to, and basically hashtag test. This is kind of just like a label for what we're doing. Like step 3, the gas is low, adjust alarm and show gas stations. It's kind of like that basically. Okay, so I have my hashtag test, and do you see this dot up here? That dot means that it's not saved, so I'm going to run it. So that saved it. So do you see that's gone? That dot's gone there. So now I'm going to go to GitHub desktop. And now if I go up here, I'm going to click changes. So changes are here. So that's just going to bring me here. And then this is my committed file. So it's called commit file. And here it shows that I added the test right here. And this is the new stuff that I've added. Okay. So now I'm going to click up here. And this is where I write my commit. That's the description. We don't want to write a description, but we need to make our commit short and sweet. So I'm going to say up or added test for vlog. Okay? No period. And then I'm going to commit one file to gasoline. So now I'm going to click push origin up here or right here. I like to click it right here. And now it's pushed up to the cloud. So push means basically like you're pushing your your text up to the cloud. And now I'm going to show you my GitHub desktop or my GitHub and show you how I pushed up to the cloud and how now it's going to show up in my cloud. So here is my GitHub, and I'm going to go into my InfoTech Center. And I'm going to click gasoline branch because that's where I updated it. And I'm going to click with or without marinara. And I'm going to scroll all the way down. And it has all my code. And then here's a test that I added right here. Okay? There's a test. So now, and that's basically how you can get GitHub to show all of your code that you've done by pushing. Do not forget to push because that's where you're going to see your code. So now I'm going to go back to my VM and I'm going to show you how you can get the test on GitKraken from GitHub desktop. Wait 1 second. Let me put in my password. And then I'll open GitKraken and Visual Studio Code and show you how I can pull that down. Okay, so I have my GitHub desktop pulled up with my Visual Studio Code, and if I go all the way down, I don't have anything there. Okay, there is nothing there that I can do. So, because I don't have the test because I didn't pull my code that I put on my GitHub desktop down. So now I'm going to go over here. Do you see where it says commit over here? I'm going to click on the gasoline, and I'm going to click on the gasoline branch because it's in my local drive, but it's not in my remote or origin. My local just means it's on the computer, like it's here with it's on my computer, it's on my VM, which means the computer. But do you see how everyone else has my logo too? That is my origin or remote, and that means it's in the cloud or it's in GitHub. So I'm going to double click this, and I'm going to click pull, and now I pulled my gasoline up to here. So yeah, I did all that, and now I so now I'm going to go into GitHub and show you how GitHub really works. Because I have everything pulled up, I showed you how GitKraken desktop and GitHub desktop works. I'm going to go back to the very beginning. Okay, so this is my profile. I have my YouTube channel right here, and my e-portfolio right here. You can see everything that I've done in my heat map. This is, let me click on 2026. This is everything I've done in 2026. This is everything I've done in 2025. So yeah, so I have my sandbox, which is Python, but we've been working on InfoTech Center. So I'm going to click on InfoTech Center, and it's going to bring me here. We don't need to look at that. But because I'm here, I have my Git attributes, my readme.md, and my with or without marinara py. This is where I've been working, and I've added the weather branch and my main. I can merged everything together. So I'm in my main branch right now. I have 5 branches. If I click on this, I can have my beta test dev, my weather, and my welcome branch, and my gasoline too. But I'm gonna go on my welcome branch, and I'm gonna click with or without marinara, and this is everything I have in my welcome branch from everything I've done with my code. If I want to look at everything else, I'm going to click on my weather branch. This is everything I've done in my weather branch. It shows all the code there, and so on and so forth. If I go into my main, which is my default, here's all my code that I've had here, just in general. And that's kind of how GitHub works. If you push things, they go into the cloud, which goes into GitHub, and if you pull things, they come back down into your desktop, which is either GitHub desktop or GitKraken desktop. Yeah, and yeah. So thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video.